here. I mean, we're going to start, analyzing some pairs here. I'm going to start off. We're going to take a look at DXY here, see what the US dollar is doing.
Yeah,
And
let me
what
just kick it off. So it's what, Sunday, January 10th. So guys, 10 days into 2021. Hopefully you guys have done something to better yourself in the new year. I feel like shit's flying by already.
Yeah, it's really cranking.
We've come out with a lot of updates over the last week or so, throwing a lot of shit in the chat, kind of spamming the fuck out of it for right now. I'm gonna get things more organized for everyone this coming week now that I'll have some more time. And we'll get back to answering everybody in like a timely manner. And for everyone that's interested in the FX seed and the trade copier, everything like that, how it's gonna work is I'm gonna have everyone. When will we trade live, guys? I'm gonna have everyone schedule calls, and we're just gonna set everyone up on the calls because it's just gonna be easier. It takes like 15 minutes. This way, I know that, especially if you guys are putting in a lot of money into the trade copier. This way, I know that it's being set up correctly and everything. Someone said, when will we trade live, guys? So we're about to go over all of our analysis. If we see any live trades, we'll give it out. Guys, remember, this is a free session. We just put out all of our analysis. Nick will show you in a second. Or you want to just share up, actually?
Yeah, I'll just start sharing.
We just dropped all of our free analysis in the Telegram and in the Discord section, guys. So if you guys are not in the Discord or the Telegram, which you should be, because I would have no idea how you'd make it into this live call if you weren't. But if you're not in there, then I'll drop the links in there. But we are dropping our free analysis in there. Maybe just pull it up real quick. So basically, guys, this is free. So we just put all of our analysis for the week. This is higher time frame, the major and some minor pairs here that me and Nick went over. And this is what we're going to go over in this live session. We're going to run through our analysis, talk about some ideas for the week. And then when it comes to the live trading, we have the signals chat. I'm going to talk about that at the end of the call. So stay tuned for that. And then we'll also do a little giveaway at the end of the chat, end of the call as well. But I will talk about the signals and about the live trading and everything like that. This video is for educational purposes. If we see a trade, we'll give it out, but it is Sunday night. We don't normally trade on Sunday nights. But again, you could use all this analysis, guys. When things line up, you can take trades based off of it and everything like that. So yeah, it's completely free. So Nick's going to get started with everything. If you have any questions, just hit up the chat and, we'll answer them in a bit.
Absolutely. So yeah, guys, we're going to start off, just jump right into it. First thing we always do is take a look at DXY. And we're going to do, part of our top-down analysis. So I've gone ahead and already done full analyses on all the pairs that I'm looking at for the week. But when I'm presenting it to you guys, I'm going to start on the daily to then, take a look at the overall trend. We want to establish what the trend is and try and continue with that into the next week. So we're here on the daily. We can clearly see this has been overall very bearish, right? So we had a little bit of consolidation here after a huge drop, right? A lot of bearish pressure. We moved through major levels of support, took a lot of bearish volume to do that, right? And now we're holding down at, below this monthly. So a lot of bearish pressure has stepped into the market. So we know that on the daily time frame and above. So we can then go to the 4-hour and see what more current price action is doing, right? So this is going to be more like the intra-week stuff, if you will. We're going to be kind of analyzing this week, see what the projections could be, what trade scenarios we could kind of spot here based on what price action is showing us at this point, right? So we can see that there's a huge bearish channel, right? That's been pretty apparent since all the way back here, December 7th. So we've been kind of falling off ever since, but we did get a little bit of bullish pressure here on this is more of a 1-hour move right here, how we broke through these lower highs, price actions forming some higher lows, kind of pushing out of this resistance level into this new range here. So we actually did open on a gap. As you guys can see, this is where price action is now above 90.2. So we can actually just go ahead and extend these fibs up to here. We're looking for a high to establish and then a pullback. So, I mean, we did kind of expect price action to just take off into this range, but now we're at a different point. Now we're probably can see price action clearly opened in this range, and now we want to see some sort of higher low. So price action can go a little bit higher, pull back, form a higher low, and then continue. So we're looking for some sort of established structure. Ideally, we would like this. So if price action came up to this point, pulled back, hit the 38.2, gave us a higher low, confirmed that with some bullish setups, then we would be long on the dollar. We can confidently say at this point that the dollar is long, right? We moved through resistance. We then tested it as support. We got a higher low. We got tons of bullish confirmation, and then, other confirmations that you may use on your chart, you can use as well. So this is a really clear way to say that the dollar is long, literally just looking for a pullback structure, and then, continuation up towards 90.8. That's our first major target. Okay. But for us to consider the dollar bearish again, we want to see a break back below 90.2, need to see some lower highs and, break the structure. Okay. So it has to prove a lot to go back to bearish to say that the dollar is looking like it's short. But for now, definitely breaking into this new range. So we'll see how price action carries on into this week. For now, we are looking bullish on DXY. Okay, let's move over to AU. First actual pair, daily time frame to start. So remember, guys, DXY is bullish. So we're going to start to see a lot of reversals now because that's kind of going against the trend that we've seen the last couple of weeks. So we could expect some pullbacks. Okay, so here we are on the daily. AU has been overall very bullish, right? A lot of huge volume, nice steady trend here, good structure on this entire channel. We saw price action rally up into our weekly resistance, right at 0.76, right here, right? We saw a little bit of resistance there, but the overall trend, sustained. We saw price action push through that. And it gave us a little bit of a retest right here, but now I think is the real opportunity to go long potentially because, we could see real structure form. We really want to see this daily higher low form. And then we could enter in on a nice 4-hour, 1-hour confirmation and then target higher. So overall, very bullish on the daily. Let's go to the 4-hour and talk a little bit more about that scenario, that pullback that we're looking for. Just expand this a little bit. Okay, so here's that recent break right at 0.76. Price action moved through. Here's a quick retest, pushed higher, established the high. Here's our 0%, and now price action's kind of falling. Right, we got a little bit of a double top here, breaking through a little bit of support. Price action's clearly moving through this zone, and now our eyes are kind of on structure. Right, so 38.2. More confluence down near 61.8, right at our weekly support. So honestly, any sort of higher low in this area, I'm just going to highlight this whole area right here. Any sort of higher low in here between the 38.2 and the 61.8, that's where we're looking for long opportunities. Honestly, all the way down to this weekly, right? So we're looking for price action to pull back, form structure, form that higher low, and then we're long on some, bullish variations, bullish setups. Morning stars, etc. So that would be a really nice entry. Stop loss would be well protected here. And then we would target higher towards our negative fib levels up around 0.79. Okay, so really great trade here on AU. Pretty clear. So next we're going to get into AJ. It's going to be very similar, guys. AU and AJ have been moving in a very correlated way recently, even more so. So we're looking for pretty much the same setup, but we're still gonna do the same thing and start how we always do. Go to the daily time frame, look at the overall trend, right? So very bullish, as we can see. Very, very strong trend, moved through resistance pretty easily, and then started surging higher, breaking through resistance levels, forming new highs. So brings us to where we are now. Very strong bullish trend. Let's go to the 4-hour and look at these two potential scenarios that we have marked up here. Okay, so very strong trend, right? This is kind of the median trend line here. We've seen price action react at this point the most at both as support and resistance. Kind of interesting how price action is laid out here, but overall this is definitely the median trend line here. So price action has been reacting on this. We recently saw a huge rally here, formed a new high. We established our 0%, and now price action. We're waiting for price action now to form structure. So this will honestly remain bullish as long as it's above, 78.6, 79 even. So we're honestly looking for higher lows to form between 61.8, 38.2, anywhere in between. We just need a higher low with proper confirmation that we could then enter long on. So this is the most ideal scenario. Price action pulls back right to recently broken structure at the 78.6 and between the 61.8. Look for a higher low to form there. Nice bullish setups to enter on, and then target higher towards our negative fib levels This one being around 81.4. So really great trade here. This would be a nice, good volume. So if this volume persists, we'll look for a nice pullback. This will kind of play out quickly, and then we'll look for a nice long opportunity into this level. Okay, so that's AJ. Let's see if we got some questions. Should we wait for retest? Yeah, definitely. You want to definitely wait for this pullback. This is the most ideal situation here, right? So we want to see a pullback. We want it to hit the most confluence and then react. So like there's a couple things here that could, kind of imply that price action is going to come back to this level. One being the volume. So once the volume is kicking in, you'll see a quicker move. You'll see a more exaggerated move. You'll see higher fib levels or deeper fib levels hit. So in this scenario, the 78.6 looks like the most appealing. We'll see that high volume kick in. We'll get a nice quick reversal and entry opportunity here. So right now we've prepared the analysis for the weekend, right? I've showed you guys on the daily and now the 4 hour. So now I'm waiting for this to happen. So once price action creeps closer to one of these structure levels, so 38.2, closer, as it gets closer to 61.8, I'll look to drop down, right? So as, let's say we get 3 more big bearish candles, 1, 2, 3, then we start getting some wicks, some exhaustion here. I'm going to then drop down to the 1 hour on that and start looking for 1 hour confirmation to then enter long on. So that includes MA crosses, morning stars, bullish engulfing, 3 bullish candles in a row. Just the more confirmation, the better. And that would then be my entry. And then this would be my target based on this 4 hour analysis. Okay, so that's AJ. Hopefully that answered your question, JV. But we're going to move on to the next one here. Let me just save this. Move over to UJ. Okay, so again, guys, DXY is going bullish. It makes sense here that UJ would then show some bullish pressure here, right? So we're seeing a little bit of a break of resistance here. Let's go to the daily first. We're going to start the same way. Just take a look at the overall trend and kind of play it from there. Okay, so no surprise to you guys, UJ has been super bearish. It has been for weeks, very long time, just kind of printing these lower lows, lower highs, very strong bearish channel, and was no different these past few weeks, right? Very strong bearish channel. And then we recently saw, this was actually all last week, all this bullish pressure. So the dollar was reversing. We're breaking some lower highs, getting some lower time frame breaks of structure. This looks like a 4 hour break here. But ultimately, we're seeing some bullish pressure, right? Overall, very bearish. So let's go to the 4 hour and see what we could kind of identify, for this week, what trade scenarios we could spot. Okay, let's just expand this, get this chart kind of squared up here. Okay, so here's that bearish channel. Okay, and this was all this week. A lot of bullish pressure, right? We recently broke through this resistance, 103.3, and then this resistance here at 103.7. Okay, so we did get a little higher low here. Price action came up to here. Where was it? Came up to here and then hit, it didn't hit the 38.2. So we had drawn it from here, waiting for a pullback, didn't happen. So now this is the measurement here. From this higher low to here, low to the high. So now we need to redraw this. This was before this huge surge happened. I was waiting for a pullback. Actually, that one can stay. Let's go ahead and redraw this long scenario. Okay, so now we had a nice minor transition here, right? There's a nice little 4 hour transition. This is a 4 hour lower high. Price action moved through it. Tons of bullish pressure, right? So that is, so we recently broke that, right? So now we're bullish on the 4 hour. That's how we would look at that. So now we're looking for a pullback. Ideally, we want to see structure form. Our first level of structure would be off of our 38.2 fib level here, right? So that's what we'd be looking for, some sort of pullback, some sort of higher low to form around this area, right above 103.7 to then enter long on. Now this actually could continue to surge. This could push a little bit higher to here, let's say. Price action could do this as well. Could keep pushing, pull back, and then you could get another long opportunity off that, right? Because now the 38.2 is well above this trend line. This would be a nice area for a higher low to form for us to then get a more comfortable long opportunity. So honestly, we're just waiting for a nice confirmed higher low above 103.7. Depending on how it forms, could have some, more probable than not. One of them could be. This one is definitely the most probable. If it were to be a little more squeezed, it would just kind of, change the risk a little bit. But either way, looking for that higher low above 103.7. And then we would target up towards our negative fib level around 104, 104.8 area, right where these highs are. Sorry, hold on 1 second. Is that you, Angela?
No, I don't know.
Or somebody else? All right.
I don't know what I'm doing.
Somebody's talking. Oh man. All right, guys. So this is the scenario here, right? We're looking to go long, looking for some sort of confirmation, essentially, to give us confidence in this long scenario. Because again, UJ has been so bearish overall, especially on these higher time frames. I'm a little hesitant. I really want to wait for the most probable, the most ideal setup to show itself before we really commit to a long setup. So this one here, I'd feel comfortable. Price action comes up a little higher, forms 0% well above this descending channel, pulls back, gives us a higher low with plenty of confirmation to go long on. Okay? Because if this does pull back, let's say this does pull back, right? Let's say price action turns around, the dollar just goes to shit again, and we see price action below through 1037. Then we see this, right? We see this huge fall. Price action touches 1033. Pulls back, gives us a lower high back within this channel and below 1037, right? We're automatically bearish again. Now my mind's changed. We're automatically targeting new lows, right? Because this is just resuming the overall bearish trend and this channel to add to that. So then we would look for shorts like this. Right after that lower high forms. Look for those MA crosses, look for, bearish setups, bearish variations, and then target a new low. And then you would flip the fibs again as you get this lower high. Redraw your fibs, reanalyze, and then you're back into, a short trade on UJ. So yeah, that's UJ right now, waiting for this to kind of play out, seeing how it reacts between these two zones. And, if this volume persists or if it fails and, pulls back, this could be a little fake out. We'll see. All right, that's UJ. Next, we got EJ. This one's actually super clear cut this week. It's nice to see finally. This thing has been like a caterpillar, like in its own cocoon over here, and then it's finally breaking out. I don't know. This thing is doing its own thing. So it's been crazy the last couple of weeks. So let's just start on the daily. We'll break it down.
Got the caterpillar analogies.
Dude, yeah, exactly. I'll show you in a second, dude. It's crazy. The ranging on EJ is just for the last couple of weeks has been insane. So we're gonna start on the daily. Overall, you guys can see it's very bullish. And, very, very bullish. We had a weekly transition happen all the way back here. That was the first sign of bullishness. Then we saw a huge rally into our monthly. And then, it continued with the bullish trend since. It's just the thing with EJ is it's very exaggerated. Once it commits and once you see a nice reversal, it really commits to a trend. So, like, it went bullish here, right? Took off, absolutely took off. Volume stepped in. Pulled back, gave us a higher low, took off again. So this is that a bullet, like this is a rally here. Like this is a huge freaking move. Then we had a nice slow reversal. It took forever to turn around. Then we got a huge exaggerated bearish channel. Remember, this is the daily time frame. This is a huge ass channel, guys. This thing took a while to develop, to play out. Huge range here. So it really committed to a bearish trend there. Then we switched up, went bullish again, and now this has been going on for a while, except this has been consolidating. So this is still, maintaining a bullish trend. But the point is, EJ really just freaking commits and has these huge movements when it does. So overall, though, on EJ, very bullish. So let's drop to the 4-hour and take a look at some trade scenarios, right? So here is that crazy ranging that I was talking about. The caterpillar analysis.
The millennial game changers, man.
Somebody name this, guys. Give me a name for this. What would you call this setup? The way this is breaking.
I would say it's a slinky, man.
The slinky setup. Rare, very rare. Once in a decade, guys. So essentially, it started off consolidating like crazy. Just honestly, we were talking about it. We were laughing about it a few weeks ago. This was just ranging so much you could just play the range. And it finally started to break out. It didn't really give us a confirmed break, right? We had an attempt at a higher low here, but it absolutely failed. Came back into the range here, and then we saw another rally. So now this is the chance, right? Is this the true break? So we're looking for that higher low finally, right here at 61.8, above 126.5 to go long, and then we'll target higher towards 0%, negative fib levels, etc. Let's take a look at some of these names. The heartbeat, the rising snail.
Yeah, someone said some weird shit in there.
The chart is very weird. It is, right, guys? So I think this is kind of unprecedented. So whoever names it, the kangaroo, the rising tide, the rising snail,
The rising tide.
the
Holy
heartbeat, the work, the Loch Ness monster, the zigzag, or the worm. All right, guys. Maybe we'll do a contest on it. Whoever names it, I don't
The
know. This is
worm.
nuts. But either way, guys, this is where we're looking to buy. Classic rising snail pattern. Waiting for
Right.
the 61.8 fib level. And then, we're looking to confirm that. So after this higher low is confirmed, we can then take a long position on some bullish setups. And then again, we'll target higher. This will be probably one of our highest targets, this negative 27 fib level. All right, but if this pattern fails, pulls back into the range, guys, we'll just reanalyze and take it week by week with this one. This one we've had to be pretty patient with. So maybe this will be the real break, the true break. We'll see. I know we're ready to buy this damn thing. So hopefully this is the week.
Mhm.
All right, guys. So last one, I'm going to wrap it up with gold, and I'm going to pass it off to Angelo.
Mm.
All right. So overall on the daily, all right. So actually the daily's bearish. If you look at this bit of price action here, this is essentially daily movement. This is bearish, right? But if we do zoom out a little bit more, the weekly, the monthly, very bullish, very, very bullish, right? Clear uptrend. Okay. But we need to consider price action. That's why I always start on the daily. We need to consider price action that's more relevant to us now, because price action from 2012 isn't going to help you make money today. Okay. So
No.
the farthest we're going back here is to August. All right. So this is the daily time frame. This is what's relevant. This is what makes sense based on news in the economy as we know it now. So very bearish on the daily. Okay. This is technically a range, honestly, between 1930 and 1800. We have been seeing, we've seen bouncing between this, twice now. So I'm going to call this a range. Right now we are more bearish than not. There's a ton of volume here. We did kind of break through some higher lows here. So we could get a nice short opportunity for the short term in this week. So nice pullback to the 38.2. What's that? Somebody talking or?
No. My guy's hearing ghosts out here.
Yeah, I guess the ghost of traders past, or I don't know, man.
Oh my god.
Some shit. Somebody's telling me to short gold right now. I know that.
Sure.
So if this pulls back to the 38.2, look for a lower high below 1875 to go short, guys. Target 1800. Okay. But I mean, essentially, just take it easy with gold. It does like to have these huge moves, these huge volume moves. So this thing is clearly headed down towards 1800. It's going to freaking say what's up to, I don't know. It's just dropping 1800. This thing is falling. So look for a bounce from that. As it approaches 1800, look for a breaker bounce from 1800, reanalyze from there, and then we'll kind of just take it as it plays out. Okay. So that's gold. Quick recap from me. I did DXY, AU, AJ, UJ, EJ, and gold. I'm going to pass it off to Angelo.
You want to just do like one bonus pair, like Bitcoin or some bullshit?
Oh, yeah. Let's take a look at Bitcoin. That'll be fun, right?
Relevant right now, right?
Hopefully this is. All right. So nice, clean chart, guys. Just how I like it. This is how I trade on the day-to-day. But anyway, guys, yeah, let's just talk Bitcoin for a second. This thing has been nuts. Yeah, this is a great question. Where do you think Bitcoin is headed next, guys? Let me know in chat. This was like planned almost, right? Where do you think BTC is headed?
BTC.
I honestly want to see this for a second. Hold on. Let's just mark this off. I honestly think it's due for a pullback. Will that be after it hit 40K like recently, or will it, establish a new high? We don't know. But it could definitely pull back. This thing just looks absolutely insane. Oh, we got some that's stimulated chat. Here we go. All right. Who did you kill? I don't know. There's a ghost in here. Something's going on. Something's going on. 45K, you think? 53K. That's specific, Nelson. Yeah, that's awesome. Maybe
53K.
Going up to 55, 50K, 50K. Ooh, there's no mistake there. It's a coincidence. A lot of 50Ks, guys. 12K, 50K, 46K. Pull back after 45. Interesting. Originally from Czech, but living in Cambodia. I don't know, guys. I think it's going to $1 million.
1 million.
No, I honestly think this thing, wherever it let's say it does hit 50, right? Let's say this happens. Screw it. Let's say it goes to 50, right? Where's a decent fib level to measure from? Let's say we got this. Obviously, there's no structure forming yet. Let's just play it up to 50 for the sake of it. Just on fibs alone, one indicator, right? Let's say we get a 61.8% pullback. That's below, what are we at here? Below 25K? It's around 25K. I kind of want this right at 50 though. Hold on. There we go. Close enough. All right, so 25.3, that's pullback. Broken structure technically is all the way down here at 19.5. So that's a little sketchy. If you bought it above 19.5 and this thing starts tumbling, I'd be scared. All right?
I'd be frightened.
I'd be shitting myself if that happened. Like, you need to be out if this starts tumbling. Okay? Because honestly, this is possible, right? Let's say the volume picks up. I mean, obviously there's going to be periods of consolidation, but just over the long term, this is possible. If you see 50K hit, it could be very bullish all the way down to about 20K. Okay? So that's going to be an area where you look to buy any fib level, of course. I don't think it'll ever go below 10K again. I'll highly doubt that if it goes below 10K again. I'd be surprised personally, but I mean, this is buying opportunity here, right? So let's just analyze this a little further. Just break it down as in terms of zones, consolidation areas, or areas of anticipation, not consolidation. My bad. Just this is clear support, right? Broken structure, clear support. This is an area where we could anticipate some sort of price reaction here. Let me just go ahead and label this as blue. Boom. Okay, where else could it pull back to, guys, right? Let's take a look at this again. And the way that I analyze crypto too is I take it, it's a much simpler, the way that I do it anyway, is I'm not trying to super analyze this. I'm looking at crypto on a broader scale. I'm always macro, daily, weekly, because the way this thing moves, especially altcoins and such, it moves so rapidly, it's easily to lose track of shit. It really is. So I like looking at it from the macro, especially since I'm more long-term investing with it. So I, would buy and then hold for months and months and months. Okay, but for now, this is just for the sake of analysis. This could pull back to here, still very much be bullish. If it did pull back to, this lower time frame structure, this daily structure down here that was broken, that's still above 10K. That's at 11.6, 11.6 areas. So, I mean, this thing is in a new area now, guys. It's a new type of volume we're talking. I mean, the crypto market hit $1 trillion cap, over $1 trillion. So, I mean, this thing, crypto is here to stay, guys. The sooner people believe that and get that, the better, because this thing's going to blow up in our lifetime.
That doesn't mean, guys, don't put in your fucking life savings.
No, sorry. Yeah, don't misread that. I'm sorry. Yeah, clarify, Angelo. Go ahead.
I mean, invest wisely, guys. I'm personally going to hold crypto until I pass away. That's just my move. You know what I mean? If you guys want to get in on crypto, take a small percentage of whatever you would normally invest. Put it into a coin that you understand, read through everything. If you guys suck at analyzing stuff, maybe follow someone who knows what they're talking about.
Right. Yeah. Just
invest wisely.
Exactly. All right. So are you ready, Angela?
Yeah, no, I'm good here. I'm good.
All right, he's good to go. All right, so yeah, we did a little bonus one. I covered a bunch for you guys, the normal set plus BTC. I'm going to pass it off to Angelo. Thank you guys. Hopefully somebody learned something somewhere. I don't know.
Little bonus pairs for the boys. All right, let's see. Let me hop on here. I've got like 40 fucking windows open.
Yep.
I'm trying to.
DJ, yeah, DJ's coming. It's Angelo's specialty. We call him.
I actually didn't even analyze GJ, but we'll break it down. We'll break it down for you guys.
Making me look bad. I'm talking him up, and he's like, I don't even have it.
That's what I do. Hold on. Where is?
Yeah, no problem, guys. No problem.
Here it is. Yeah, so guys, we're gonna do a giveaway at the end of the session, so stay tuned. I'll announce the giveaway at the end. Do a little $25 guy, and I'll go over some updates for the signals and whatnot. Let me go ahead here. Share my screen. Let me know if you guys can see everything. Oh, beautiful.
Perfect. Right.
Amazing.
Ready to go. GU, guys. Short
GU,
opportunity.
baby. That's what we like to see. GU dump into the fucking depths of the earth.
Honestly.
Anyone
As long as
else
we're
likes
not-
seeing GU fall, just write in the chat. Maybe you guys will win something. Maybe I'll send you some hats or something. All right, let's take a start. Someone asked about DXY. They're like, "Oh shit, what the hell's going on with this? This thing
Yeah,
gapped
gapped up.
up.
Yep, broke out. It's going along.
The breakout, baby." Yeah, so DXY, obviously, guys, we analyze this every single live session. If you're new to the session, when you're asking what is DXY, it's just the dollar index. So this is just showing the value of the US dollar. The reason why we do this, we don't trade this pair. We just use this when trading all the other major pairs. As you can see, these are all quoted against the US dollar. So it's good to use this as confirmation. Let's start off on the weekly. I know Nick did a little breakdown. I'm just going to break it down. Again, just to reiterate, go into the Discord. We write all of this in text if you guys want to reread it. But going into the week, this is what I noticed. Look at all these indecision candles. This inverted hammer candle, spinning top. This not exactly a doji, still a spinning top candle, but large wick to the bottom here. This is all telling me that the market's slowing up, finding support. Look at the body closure. The body closure here is at this 90 or 89,900 level. Excuse my dyslexia here. This 89,900 level is closed there multiple weeks in a row. So it's pretty good to assume that we're going to start to reverse. These are all signs of reversal. As I break this down to a time frame where I can see some structure, as I can see on the 4-hour, I had this trend line marked. This was our downtrend that we were in, lower lows, lower high, lower low. And then this is my most previous lower high, guys. So if I were to mark down structure like we do when we're teaching everybody, we would mark it down like this. I would say, guys, if this lower high breaks, we're in an uptrend. As you can see here, oh shit, the brownies are up 14-0. As you can see here, this downtrend broke structure right here. It's now in an uptrend on this 4-hour time frame. This also lines up with that weekly confirmation where we hit this support level. So I am now going to look to buy, at least on this 4-hour time frame, on a retest of support. So if we pull back, test support right here, we start to have rejection, I'm going to look to buy this. Or my bias will just continue to be bullish. We're not going to actually buy DXY. It's not what we do. So I'm going to take this off. With that in mind, with this being so bullish, let's now look at some of these major pairs and see how things are going. So things rolling to the downside. Let's go up to the weekly. And we've been talking about this. If you come on the live sessions, last Wednesday and last Sunday, I've been talking about. I've been following these pairs for you guys, for myself as well. I've been talking about the reversal. We're hitting this monthly level of resistance. A lot of people are actually starting to say, me and Nick, I guess to an extent, do use quarters theory, where we have these like monthly levels, about anywhere from 500 to 1,000 pips away from each other.
Yeah, I've actually heard that too. I mean, we never actually like learned it as such, quarters theory. We just kind of applied it, but in a
Yeah, I
way,
don't know. I just kind of went on the monthly time frame and how we teach the support and resistance levels. I just marked levels on the monthly and then we kind of spaced them out using the whole like 500 to 1,000 point thing or pips thing. So I
yeah.
guess to an extent, we do use quarters theory. As you can see here, we have this 1.2 or even 1.2300 level was rejected multiple times in the last couple of weeks. So guys, think of it just logically. If you're getting this type of rejection, these are all reversal candles. Isn't it safe to assume we're going to start to get some sort of pullback here? So weekly time frame, potential reversal incoming. I move down to the daily. Can't see structure that clearly on this time frame. On this time frame, to me personally, I have a minor level of support here, and then I have a minor level of support here, and then below there we have all this room to fall. So going down to the 4-hour, this is where I'm breaking down my structure. So 4-hour time frame, I can bring on a little trend line just to denote the trends. And then I'm just going to I run through this example on the live session just because it really does help people. I'm going to map out structure for you guys. And then we're going to talk about how we use the fibs to kind of draw market structure and how we get to the point where I'm then saying to you guys, hey, like If this level breaks, you know what I mean? This is why like I'm interpreting this as a break of structure, so on and so on. So I mark, and this is what we tell all beginners to do that are kind of taking our course and are trying to learn. You know, you come on, utilize this path tool, and then just hide the candles. You know, everyone's so fucking confused looking at the chart. You could hide the candles, hide the moving averages, and then you could bring on the fib tool. So this is what we use to mark down structures. So we'll start at this bottom point down here. We'll fib from this low to this high point. As you can see, we have this pullback 38.2 area. So this is our first Fibonacci level, reversal level. I have these two marked as the golden levels. If you guys wanted to write these down, whatever, put these on your charts, you know, you could just take it from our session right now. As price hits this level, this becomes a lower high. Then we move up. Price pushes down, comes damn near close again to this 38.2 level. But if I were to bring on the chart, the moving averages are maintained here. So I'm just going to call this a minor level of structure. So I'm going to take this off. As price breaks that 0%, I'm going to move my fib. I don't move the fib until price breaks 0%. Price breaks 0%, I move the fibs to the new high. We pull back to 50%, push up, keep the fibs on, it doesn't break zero, pushes down. This is then our next lower high until it breaks zero right there. Then I move the fibs again from the previous lower high to the new higher high. 0% here, pulls back, hits 61.8, pushes up to zero. See how in this point we hit 38.2 again? So this is now another major level of structure. Then we break 0% level right there. That's why I have this marked as my 4-hour level of structure. So I'm going to move this over. So this is what I'm the most concerned with. This was an uptrend. This just broke the uptrend. Now we're in a downtrend. Let's bring everything back on. Let's bring on the candlesticks and let's just delete this. So that's the current state of the structure on the 4-hour time frame. We're in a downtrend. We just broke this level of support, this major structure. Now we're falling, you know, first level, and I could even refib. So once that breaks is when I'm going to refib. As you can see here, we've got some support, now turn resistance at this level, and we also have 38.2. So if price moves up into this zone, I'm trying to short, guys. That's a nice confluence zone right there. This is about to close in 18 minutes. So this is really solidifying that this is a whole break right here. And what I can even do, I won't do on this call, you know, because this is more like premium content, but I would go to the 30-minute time frame on this. Go to the 30-minute, and then I would see, you know, a downtrend, and that's where I would be looking for entries on this time on this pair. So that's Euro USD. We're looking for short positions this week based on how this is playing out. This could move up, you know, and then sit up here, and then we could get a move on like Wednesday or Tuesday with this. So yeah, that's Euro USD. Let's bump over to Nzd USD. Let's bump up to the weekly time frame. So on the weekly time frame, guys, we're hitting this resistance level up here around 7,300. Look how last week formed. Look at this wick, spinning top candle. This is a reversal candle. I know this thing has been creeping and has had these reversal candles happen before, but we're now at a major level of resistance. So we have more confluence here at the top. We have multiple confirmations. We have resistance, and that's based all the way back on all this. So we have resistance up at this level. And then last week, we had a lot of rejection. So let's just break this down. Just to reiterate, guys, how I basically break down charts is I'll start on a higher time frame, the weekly, and then I'll go to the 4-hour or the daily to see structure. So in the daily time frame, I can't really do anything with this. This is just very bullish. You know, I want to break all these candles down to a lower time frame so I can see things a little more clearly. 4-hour looks a little more clear for me. I can clearly see this was a higher low right here. I use this as my 4-hour level, as you can see right there. I could fib this from this low to this high right here. As you can see right now, we're hitting this 78.6 area. So this is still in an uptrend. This is pulling back. This did break this level of support, but I'm personally not going to short until we get below this level, this 71,900 level. Until we clear below this level, I'm going to look for buy opportunities. So if this thing on the 30-minute, I'll go down here real quick. If we find support at this level in the 30-minute, I'm going to buy back into this blue zone right there. If this thing breaks this support level, I'm going to sell down into this lower level down here. So that's Nzd USD, basing it on the 4-hour time frame. I could even bring on this little trend line right here. We could see, structures shifting, bears stepped into the market here. So that's why I'm favoring sells on Nzd USD. Let's go over now to USD Cad, and let's take a look all the way up. Again, we'll start on the weekly time frame. Dude, holy shit. The brownies are just going off. All right, we'll start on the weekly time frame, guys. As you can see, last week we had this doji candle right here, or I guess more of a spinning top because there actually is a body. We are not at support yet, so there's not multiple confirmations here. This is just one confirmation. So I'm going to keep that in mind as I work down. The daily is really providing me structure right here. If I were to do that example we did before, I would just draw like this. We had that lower low, retest, and then we broke. And I'm actually going to just redraw this. So I'd say this is our lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high. This is minor, this pullback. So I'm just going to fib right through there, pull back to that lower high. We can bring on our fib all the way up from this level to this low. We can see this is a 38.2 that was hit. So there's multiple confirmations here. 38.2 resistance, bearish engulfing. We had taken some entries actually up in this area and in this area, I believe like 2 weeks ago or last week. So let's take off our fibs. This is where we're currently at. So we're hitting support right now. Look at all these reversal candles. This is certainly still very bearish on this time frame. I'm just going to go to the 1 hour though. The 1 hour is kind of going to tell me what's going on. So I have multiple scenarios on the 1 hour right now. I have this flag that's forming. As we all know, flags are bearish patterns. This normally will break out of the flag and continue. But this thing is moving higher considering how strong DXY is right now. And basically what I'm going to look for is I'm going to look at this level right here. Actually, I'm going to look at, more importantly, this level right here, this 1 hour level. As price comes up into this 127,650 level, if we break this level, I'm going to shorten this little flag. If we break this level up here, guys, I'm going to start to buy on the retest up into this daily level. This is why you got to understand time frame correlation, what's going on every single time frame. I'm going to buy at this support level all the way up into this daily resistance zone up here. So we're just going to wait and see. If it rejects the fuck out of this level, I'll sell. Okay, so multiple scenarios on UCAD. Let's go over to USEF. It's going to be fairly similar. Let's bump up to the weekly time frame. And let's see. So I have this lower level placed here. Why do I have this here? I'm just going to zoom out a bit. That level is based on this. We had support, support. This never broke. So this was a tested level right here. And then I dragged that across. So that's what I was basing that little support level off of. As you can see here, guys, we have this spinning top, another spinning top, had this bullish engulfing. All of this is telling me that this could reverse. And I would anticipate this to reverse back into this resistance up here, which is at about 90500, 90300, up in this area. So let's bump down to the 4 hour. This is the time frame we could see things the clearest. This is my previous lower high. Based on fibbing, this was my previous lower high here. We push down. I'm going to take this off. Just a word of advice, guys. Try to keep your charts as clean as possible. If you had a trade back here, try to delete that shit. Keep things as clear and clean as possible. So this is the move that I'm looking to play. I'm buying into this level. So I'm taking buys into this upper level. So on the 30-minute, guys, even right now, I would, this is a late entry, but I would have taken a buy right here. This would have been an example of an entry. I would have taken a buy right here. That would have been an example of an entry. And we're looking to push up into this 4 hour level. So if this thing pulls back, this could kind of be a little move for you guys. If this thing pulls back even a little bit, then I would buy into this level right here. We're looking to see how this level is tested based on the 4-hour. So let's move up based on the 4-hour. So if it comes up into this 4-hour level, we've got the 200-day right here. It's gonna, if it rejects it, short. If it breaks it, wait for the retest, long. So this is our outlook this week for USF. And then we've got good old GU, the pair of all pairs, our favorite. Let's bump up to the monthly. I'm gonna take this off. So on the monthly time frame, I have this level placed, but we can't really make an idea of anything. We obviously see this thing pushed up, broke resistance, closed. Now we have to see how this next candle goes. If this dojis, we're still testing this resistance. Okay, if this closes down here, that would mean that this level of resistance held, that pushes all the way down. So let's go. Holy fuck, man. Let's go up to the weekly time frame. So we don't have a bearish engulfing here, but obviously this level was rejected. Look at the weekly. This is why I place this just off of this little reversal. So this is where I'm pulling this resistance level from. So we rejected this level. Now we're starting to push a bit lower. Let's just break all this down a little bit more so we could see like what's going on. Okay, so 4-hour time frame. This thing was certainly very bullish, making highs, high or low, retest the high, high or low, and then we pushed to a new high. Then we pulled back here. We started to fuck around a bit, and then we just broke. So we broke structure. So I'm looking to sell GU. I'm looking to sell GU. I'm in a bearish bias based on a couple confirmations. That weekly rejection, let me bump all the way back up. The weekly rejection right here that we had, these two candles, down to the daily time frame, all of this wick, you know, we're starting to move below the moving average here. And then down to the 4-hour, this break of support here is pretty big for me. So I'm going to look for any sort of sells after the pullback. I'm not going to sell now because, guys, if this thing pulls back, you're going to get fucking strapped. So I'm going to wait for the sells, and then we're going to start to sell into this next level of support right here, 134,400, and then down into this next level of support down here. So looking for sells on GU. I'm gonna go last but not least to GJ. I didn't do a breakdown this week for the chat, but I've been following this for a long time, so I can just break it down fairly quickly for you guys. Let's just bump up to the weekly, and this thing is right where we've been following it forever. Like this thing on the monthly is bearish. Bearish time frame monthly, our monthly time frame bearish in the sense that lower high, lower low, or realistically higher low right here. But we have this level of resistance. So this thing's testing resistance down to the weekly. This is where I have my trend line. All these lower highs are marked, not lower hoes. We don't want those.
Not that kind of community.
I mean, it could be, but you know, we'll keep it PG here. All right, so we've got these lower highs marked right here, this trend line. We got the 200-day right here, and then we've got this resistance. So if this resistance level holds, guys, this thing could certainly push back down into this 135-200 level. Let's look at when would I actually trigger a sell on this. Depends how aggressive you want to be. If I have multiple confirmations here, we have the trend line, we got the resistance. I'm saying, okay, 2 confirmations. I could drop down to the 30-minute, and I would sell as soon as this breaks. As soon as the 30-minute reverses trend, I'm selling on the first lower high. The probability's there. We got multiple time frames. You know what I mean? I'm selling right there. If I want to be more conservative, you know, if I want to truly swing trade this, then I'm really waiting for it to break this level down here, because this is the previous high or low on this time frame. So those are 2 scenarios for you guys. You could take a short more aggressively based on this pullback right here, and I'll leave this up. We'll drop this in the analysis for the members. We could take a short right here, just need a pullback, and then if we want to wait a little longer, you know, we want to see how this level breaks all the way down here. So that's GJ. I am looking bearish. Unless we break above this trend line, I'm not taking buys on this one. So just to recap, guys, I did GJ, I did all of the majors, EU, NU, UCAD, USF, GU. I'm pretty much looking for the dollar to be strong this week. That's what all my setups are based on. If that fails, we do have setups in the opposite direction. We always say, guys, to remain flexible with your setups, with your analysis. Don't get stuck with one bias because you got to make money. In order to make money, you guys, you got to be flexible. Everything's going to change over the next 12 hours or 24 hours. The chart's going to start to change. The price is going to move a certain way, either with our analysis or with our other direction. And we have to be able to not just stay stuck in one bias. You know what I mean? I remember, we always say this when we first started. I would take like an hour to mark up one pair, and then I would like be afraid to change the analysis because I thought I worked so hard on it. But
yeah, that's one of the biggest things too, guys. You can't be afraid to like redo your analysis. The more you do it, the better you're going to get at it. It really doesn't matter. You just don't be afraid to like refresh your analysis.
yeah, do you trade NY sessions or all day? You need to be aware of charts in order to catch these moves. The way that we trade, basically, I'm waiting for 30-minute confirmations, and I like doing that because that means that if like we're watching the chart right now on the 30-minute, and I were to say take an entry, I would just come back at 9, see how it closes. If I don't like it, I don't have to look at it again for another half hour. If I don't like it after that half hour, and that's if like it's right near the entry. If it's not even close to my entry, then I'm on the 4-hour and I'm waiting 4-hour candles to close. You know what I mean? And it depends how many pairs you're following. I'm following 5 pairs right now. If you just follow 2, then there could be times where you don't check the charts for 4 hours at a time, don't take a trade for 8 hours at a time. And this is swing trading, guys. So if you're intraday trading more, then you're going to be more on top of the sessions. You're going to be trading the NY session. You're going to be zoned in from 7 a.m. to 10 a.m., whatever. But that's just our style. We're swing traders. We're more laid back. Someone said, do you take entry live with the students? So we're working on a live trading session, like a live signal session, where we'll give signals out. We'll go on for an hour. We'll give out at least one live signal, and we'll follow it in the live session. We're going to get that released soon. For now, the only thing that we have is the signals group. So I'm going to pull up in 1 second here the signals group from last week. We're gonna do a little review on that, but I just want to hop on. So that's going to be the conclusion of the actual live session, guys. Like all the analysis. Again, we're trying to put together actual like signals in the live sessions more. Sometimes me and Nick will give them in here if we see one. Sundays we just never really take trades at night. It's more just analysis, getting ready for the whole week. But yeah, so stay tuned for the updates on that. I just want to recap, all the products that we have. Everyone's been asking a ton of questions about everything. So we're going to go over that in a second. If you stayed on for the session, you can enter the giveaway. So just drop in the chat your giveaway or your Discord name. And that way you guys will be entered in on the giveaway. $25. I see a couple people dropped off. They're going to miss out on the giveaway. So for them. But just drop in the chat your Discord name if you guys want to get in on that. And then I'm just going to go over mainly the signals right now. So the signals are $75 per month. I'm going to go over the results really quickly for you guys from last week. So I'm going to pull that up. Let's see, where's that at? It's right here.
Definitely get Discord. If you don't have it, definitely get it. That's where, if you don't have it, just get it to join the community, because that's honestly where like our headquarters are. And that'd be really nice.
Join Discord or join Telegram, guys. That's where we're at. So definitely get in there. Yeah, Hanzino's got the link for everyone.
Perfect.
Thank you, bro, for that. I'm gonna go ahead, pull up. So I'm gonna release a video after this session where I run through all the trades that were taken from last week in the signals room. There was about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There was about like 25 or 30 signals, I guess, that went out last week. So that's like an average of 6 signals a day. So there was a lot of signals that were given out last week, guys. Normally we say the average is anywhere from 1 to 5 a day in the signals room. I mean, we like quality over quantity, so we're probably going to try to give less, than 6 a day, because 6 a day is a lot. But pretty much, I went through, this is the chat. This is how it's going to be set up. You guys will get analysis. As we're looking for the trades, you guys will get something similar to this. I think it'll be a little blurry here, but you'll get something similar to this, what we're looking for. And then when the trade comes in, you'll get an actual, as you can see, this is all the analysis that was dropped last week. Then we'll get an actual like, hey, sell here, hey, buy here. Okay. And then, it's pretty straightforward. And then you'll enter at the price. We recommend to use 1% on every single trade. For the sake of this like recap that I did for the week, I just did it all based on if you took 1%ers the whole week, that's what this recap is about. We'll tell you, like, as you can see, I'm going to just scroll down. We'll basically tell you when the trades are running in profits. We'll tell you when to close, when there's losses. Guys, there's losses. Like, let's be real. Like, there's going to be losses because this isn't some like weird fantasy world. Like, you trade and you use the right risk rewards and you use the risk management that we suggest. And if you lose a trade and you win another trade, that's more than the loss. Guess what, guys? You make money. That's how you make money trading. You don't make money winning every single trade. It doesn't work like that. You know what I mean? We've preached that forever. Ever since me and Nick started this, we've always been trying to be as transparent as possible. There are going to be losers. Like, prepare yourself to lose.
It's inevitable. That is trading. If you don't like, if some people can't accept trading and then trading's not for them, or can't accept some losses here and there and then trading's not for them. So
yeah, and
there are losses with it. The whole trick is to offset the losses with profit, and that's what we're presenting to you, essentially.
Someone said here, for a 300 account, what's the appropriate lot size? This is another thing. If you're new into trading, there's no appropriate lot size. You have to use a lot size calculator, and you risk 1%. Like, I see so many people like use 0.10 for 1,000, like use 1.0 for 10,000. Like, you are so dumb.
It's not how it works.
You risk a percentage of your account consistently, so that if you lose 1%, the next trade you take a 1%er, and if you hit 2 RR, you make 2%. Because it's not about the pips. I'll show the pips and everything, but guys, it's not about the pips because every single pair moves a different amount of pips. It matters what you're risking percentage-wise on the account.
And then if let's say you're only losing 1% max, and then you're going for a 2-to-1, so you're getting 2% on each trade. If you have a 70% win ratio, guess what? You're a profitable trader, and a damn good one at that. Especially if you're making a few percent a week.
Yeah. So. Guys, if you have the right RRs, you could literally be a 40% win ratio, and you could be profitable. Like, that's the reality of it. If you use consistent risk, like consistent percentage risk, you know what I mean? Certainly, a lot of people get in the game to open a $300 account or $1,000 account, and they just risk it all, like 900 on no stop losses. Like, that's why inevitably trading gets a bad rap. Forex trading gets a bad rap because people are out there teaching you guys to do the wrong things. And me and Nick have just tried to be as honest as possible without, whatever. Like, we just try to be honest. Hanzino dropped in here the position size calculator. For the signals chat, we also include in here that there's an app called Stanu. You can just download it for free on your phone. Before every trade, I just plug in the lot, like the stop loss is 30 pips. The pair is EU. My account balance is 1,000. I press enter, and then it gives you the lot size that you should calculate. So I guess Stanu isn't free anymore. We have another one that we're actually going to start sharing with everyone that is free. So use a lot size calculator. Everyone in the signal should be using it. That's what we recommend. What's that app called again? It's literally on the screen, bro. It's called Stanu. It's right here.
STINU.
STINU. Yeah. So
yep.
Yeah.
That one's now $15. That one actually costs money now. As of like,
yeah, we'll just use Nash Markets. Fuck it.
Yeah, we'll just use. All right. So yeah,
I'll tell you after this actually about Nash Markets. It's actually a good thing. But yeah. So holy fuck. These guys are up.
Yeah, it's a blowout. It's a blowout.
These guys. All right. So this guy's like it's a blowout.
So it is a blowout.
By the time the setup shows up, we kind of have like 30 minutes to put the order. Guys, as soon as the trade comes out, you should be putting in the order. If the trade comes out, this is why we switched to Telegram because the notifications are better.
Right.
If the trade comes out and say a half hour goes by and it's like hovering around price, then you can enter. I would suggest if you're late to half your risk always.
Yeah. Yep.
You
But
know
generally, guys, you want to apply some sort of logic. Like, don't just blindly take it. Like, look at the chart, see where price action is from the entry given. If it's like 10, 15 pips away from the entry, you kind of miss the opportunity, you know, whether that be 30 minutes later, whether that be 5 minutes later. If it's like you got to try and get on the trade like when it's given out. But there's also, you know, a ton of them that are giving out, you know, 1 to 6 a day in this past week. So,
Yeah.
you know, there is a lot to kind of make up for that. Okay.
Yeah, and this is the other thing, guys. So this is the signals. I'm gonna drop a video in a bit, like recapping all the trades that were given out, the percentages, like what we made pips wise, because I know y'all love that, the pips. I'll put that out there. Now, if you guys are worried about missing trades, you're like, fuck, like I don't want to miss the trades, blah blah blah. This is what the trade copier is for. So I'm gonna go back. I don't know where this shit is. I'm gonna go back over here. So this is what the trade copier is for, guys. So the trade copier, you know, you see a lot of things about it. All the signals are going to be taken on the trade copier. So how that works is you're going to plug in your account. You don't have to give us your money, like your $1,000 or whatever. You just connect your account to our accounts, and then all the trades will be taken on your account when we enter a position. So the signals is you have to enter them manually yourself. You have to follow it, blah, blah, blah. The trade copier, you don't have to do anything. You just turn it on and we trade the account basically for you. The trade copier and the signals are monthly charge and the performance fee. The lifetime membership is a one-time fee. So it waives the monthly fee on the trade copier, waives the monthly fee on the signals, and then includes like our full course. You know, and I'm not going to go over all that right now. You know, we have a lot of videos on that I could share with you guys, but that's pretty much it. So, you know, if you didn't get in on the giveaway, just write your name in the chat. I'll pick a winner after this. Would be nice to enter with 100 USD. Hey man, it'd be nice for me to live in like fucking, you know, wherever in a mansion right now. In Dubai.
Yeah, right.
No, that's not reality. So we gotta live in reality here. No, it is $1,000 minimum for the trade copier just because the accounts that we're using to connect to them are much larger than 1,000. So when we're doing like the position sizing and the risk settings, it just doesn't work under $1,000. That's the minimum, and
Yeah.
that's pretty much it. So this has been another live trading session. I'm going to continue to share updates in the Telegram and the Discord and everything. I'll get this uploaded to YouTube in a bit, and I think we're going to try to do YouTube live in the next session.
Yeah, we're gonna try and switch all these over to YouTube Live, guys. So, yeah, just look for those updates in Telly and Discord. We'll still be dropping the links.
Yes, sir. And we'll be live on Wednesday again for free. So we'll see you guys again on Wednesday and enjoy your week.
Hell yeah, guys! Enjoy the rest of the weekend. Let's get it this week. Hell yeah!
Go. Peace out, everybody.
Go Browns.
Let's go, Browns.